Today I'm doing some preparation for my next car camping trip, which is going to be next month. I wanted to work on the blackouts that I have for the windows, because I'm not really happy with the arrangement I've got. I've put curtains up all the way around, but with the way my car is designed, it's really hard to make that work, and it's fiddly, and I don't want to be faffing around with curtains at night parked up somewhere, particularly if I'm stealth parking and I want to kind of arrive and disappear without looking like I'm camping in my car. So today I want to make some blackouts that will slot into the spaces where my rear passenger windows are. Now, because my car is a small 3-door hatchback, the windows are funny shapes. So this is the shape of my rear passenger windows. I've made this out of dressmaker's pattern paper because it's all I had to hand, and this will slot directly into the space where the glass is. Now, I have quite a deep roll where the window is to the inside trim, so this should slot in and stick quite nicely, but this is only the pattern. I think I am going to make these out of cardboard so they're stiffer. I can push them straight into the glass and that's done. For the rear window I am going to stick with the curtain, but I'm going to try and make it so that it only fits onto that one window, if you know what I mean. And for the front, I am just going to hang a curtain between the two driver side windows at either side, so that it hangs along where the front seats are. It'll all make sense at some point. So that's today's job. I'm going to look for some cardboard now and see if I can't make this. I think I've got some perfect cardboard stored up there, some big bits. See, I knew all this cardboard will come in handy, so let's get going. Okay, I'm going to have to take this box apart. It's a bit damaged, but it's the only box I've got that's big enough to take both these windows. So where the damage is, I'm just going to have to do a repair job, I think. But not to worry, I'm sure it'll do the job. So, let's start. Come out as only one actually. We'll have a look. Okay, so let's start. think even with those bends, I think that this will do. So let's draw. Let's draw some shapes and see what we end up with. I'm drawing slightly outside the line here so that when I fit this back into the window I can trim it to the exact size. I don't want it to be too small because it's just going to fall out, but if it's slightly bigger I can trim it in the right places and then it'll fit really snugly into the window space. So that's one. I'm going to cut out the one and then do the other one, and then we'll go back to the car. I'm not making a big fuss with this because I'm only doing this once or twice a year. There's no need to go absolutely mad on it. I may not get a second trip out this year if I can't work out where I want to go or what I want to do. Anyway, so let's cut this out. Right, that's one done. Let's have a look at the other one. Just get that out. Right, let's draw this one out. Easier. None of this spare cardboard gets wasted, by the way. All of this I keep and I use it as packaging in my business. These are really good for backing envelopes, particularly when I'm sending things like jewellery that I don't want squashed. You can just stick the jewellery on inside Jiffy wrap. Right. That's 2. So I'm going to take these out to the car now. And let's see how well they fit. Both the windows are in. That'll do. That gives me an edge to pull them out with. That's one. And that's the other. But they don't look so great from the outside. So I feel like I probably need to have something black on the outside. The inside doesn't matter, but from the outside I don't want them to look obvious. It looks like I've stuck cardboard on the windows, and it just looks rubbish. It looks awful. If I'm going to be stealth parking and car camping, and I want to be inconspicuous, having cardboard up at your windows is not a good look for that. So I'm going to see what I have in my fabric stocks. Just to add a darker sheen to it, and then that should do the job. These are my car camping curtains from last year, and I think I'm going to keep one for the back window, one to drape between the seats so that the back is cut off from the front of the car, and then I think I'm going to use one to cover each of these. And if I hand stitch through the cardboard all the way around, that'll give me a black outside, which I think will work really well. So let's give that a go and see how that turns out. Okay, so let's give this a go. I have a nice chunky darning needle, which should go through all layers. And I'm pretty much just going to wing it. Story of my life really, winging it. Black thread. I'm going to use a few bulldog clips left, which will just give me enough tension to work out what I'm doing as I go. I'm going to do an overlap, or a bit of an overlap. And you can see that. And then I'm just going to slowly work my way around and stitch all the way around as such. This is better than the last thing I was doing, and I've got some more clips in here. And as I say, for the sake of doing this a couple of times a year, there's no point in going mad on it. So let's thread up the needle and let's give this a go. Right, that's one done. That'll do. I want to test this out properly before I, you know, make a really neat job of this. But I think that'll do the job. I think that's going to look far better than a piece of cardboard up at the window. Once it's sitting against the glass, I think that'll look absolutely fine. And it's completely solid black. So that's to do the job. Now I just have to do the other one, and then those are ready to go. And then I just need to sort out the actual curtain that I'm going to put across the back window, which is only a small window, and then how I'm going to drape the other curtain across where the seats are, just to give me that bit of extra protection there without it looking too obvious. So that's today done. Good job.